Hello, thank you for stopping by today. This is Jennifer Savari with Paper Crafting Adventures, and I'm here with Birch Press Design today. There is a brand new release for the holiday season, and this is the beautiful Nobilia Ornament Layer Set. And there are so many different things that can be done with this. Today I'll be making a little window card that opens up to an ornament. This layering set consists of 3 layering panels. These are dies that, when stacked, create a gorgeous dimensional effect. They can be used stacked or they can be used individually. And I'm using them stacked today, but the panels can be also individually cut, as well as that little ornament in the center. So it is literally endless what can be done. Now this is the radiant ornament, and when I got this I was so excited to see how this would fit on there, and that would also be gorgeous to use over top of this die set. So today I'm using the die set just as it is and cut out a little window. When it opens up, there's an ornament and a message that says "Sending our love." And here's just a little close-up of the papers that I used for this first example. The second example will have holographic paper in place of the silver. And I started off with a 8.5 by 5.5 inch card base. And you can see how this panel cuts. This is the layer C. And so you can use those panels individually without the framework if you wanted to, or you could just use the framework in some really creative ways. Today I'm going to be nesting those back in, kind of in an inlay effect. But first I am just creasing this with my bone folder, and you can see that this leaves me with just kind of the shell of the card that I'm going to be using. And here's the holographic paper. It is so cool. It's just basic holographic paper. I think there were some little snowflakes on it. And you can see how these dies kind of layered. There's a little border around each base layer that you can still see around the edges there. And that is a beautiful effect that really ties it all together. And I just glued it onto a piece of cardstock for the backing color to show through. And that backing color is just a little bit darker blue than the lighter blue that I'm using for the base. Now I needed that second panel to be nested right inside, and it's 5.5 inches, but it's like 4 and I think 1/6. It's just shy of 4.25, so that it would still close and not be bulky. And then I just traced the ornament so that I knew where to cut my little window out. And this did not have to be precise because the border of that framework is going to hide that. So once I glued that down, I went over it with my bone folder just to make sure everything was nice and pressed down. And then I needed to do a little frame around that ornament on the inside. I could have put that panel in. In fact, I did on the first card. You can see other photos on the Birch Press Design website on their blog. But for this example, I wanted to just try it with just the ornaments. So I die cut that layer C again, and then cut out the ornament just to make that look a little more finished than if it had nothing there. So that completes my window, and so now I can simply go ahead and start inlaying those panels back into the base there. And somewhere along the line here I kind of messed up on my dimensions. I think I meant to cut it 8.5 by 5.5, but I think it was just a little bit short. But it wasn't a big enough difference to make much difference, so I just was fine with how it was. But there would be a little bit more of a border around the top and bottom had I done it at a full 5.5. And then I got to choose the ornament layering sequence that I wanted to use, and this would have been just gorgeous left as it is. But if you play around with these layering dies, you know what it's like. But you just start layering and you come up with different combinations, and every single one of them is beautiful and unique. And the inlaying of the background is what I wound up with the holographic background. And I just love the simplicity of how it looks, but yet the versatility of how they can be used, the elegance that is created from just simply choosing different papers. And here I put Sending Our Love down in the corner, and wanted to show that I embossed that in silver. So there is my card, and I hope you enjoyed it. Check out the Birch Press blog. There are a lot more photos on that blog, and lots more coming very soon. So have a great day. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll see you again soon.